It's Friday, March 21st, and it's time for your weekly recap. Scott, is Inner Circle practical to carry around and perform on the spot? Thanks, Chris. I really want to see your show. Yay! Yes, Inner Circle is super practical, and I use it all the time. And thank you for mentioning my show. I am doing a show on April 1st in Los Angeles. I hope to see you guys there. Tickets are selling pretty fast, so definitely go check out the link to the tickets and buy your tickets right now because I think it's gonna be a sold out show. Fingers crossed. Jesse, what's the best way to introduce a sponge ball routine? Should I just produce one first and then go from there? Also, how long should a sponge routine usually last? Thanks a lot, money. I've always found introducing sponge balls to be awkward. That's why I use the sponge rabbits and my trick angry sponges or mad sponges, whatever we're calling it these days. I found that those two have a logical reason for me to kind of go into it. Even though they're strange props, the little sponge birds, the little sponge rabbits are strange, I have lines or actions that will justify them coming into the environment. With classic sponge balls though, I think that you could introduce them just by making one appear or by bringing it out and giving it some sort of justification with your patter. It really depends on your performance style. I used to do a trick where I named the sponge balls and I came out and I was like, this one's name is this and this one's name is this. And then I always got a laugh, and it was kind of a weird way to introduce this weird prop, and it sort of worked. So it's kind of down to your performance style and what you're going to do with the props. In terms of length, my routines that have some length to them, I always make modular, and that way I can cut out portions of it from the middle or add portions to the middle to either make it longer if they're really enjoying it or cut it short if I feel like I'm losing the audience and I need to move on to something else. Al, hey Chris, how do I build up my confidence so I can perform on stage? Thanks. Public performance is something that you sort of train yourself for, and the way you do it is by doing it a lot. So I recommend a lot of street magic performances or impromptu performances. Just get comfortable in front of people by exposing yourself to that situation over and over again. I give a lot of other advice in a previous weekly recap, and I'll put a link to that right here at the bottom of the screen. Henry, hey Chris, do you think Inferno by Joshua J is a good trick for walk around? Yes, that is a fantastic trick for walk around, highly recommended from this guy right here. Benjamin, have a question about Ace. How do you get people to not turn their hands when you perform the trick? That's a really good question. There are a couple techniques to get people to do what you want them to do. One is to touch them more. It's kind of weird thing to say, but that's what I found works the best. I do the 2-card Monty sort of trick a lot, and with that I want to control the moment that they turn it over because that is when the most impact happens. If it happens too soon, then the revelation doesn't hit as hard. So how I do it is by touching their arm and moving them and being very particular about how they hold the cards. It makes them kind of focus on, okay, I need to hold them this way. I'll tell them, put 2 fingers out, put your thumb on top, squeeze. I'll explain exactly how I want them to hold it, and I'll be moving them and touching them at the same time. This sort of gives them the impression that you're in control and there's some specific stuff going on here. Typically, people want to kind of go with it. I also choose an audience member that I feel is going to be easily manipulated. I'm not going to choose the heckler of the night to do Ace or the 2-card Monty or whatever the trick is on, because I'm relying on them to have that punch at the end of the routine, and I need to know that I can rely on them and trust them to not try and purposefully mess it up. This week we got in Cakes and Adders. This is by Ricky McLeod and Gary Dunn. The tricks I always look for kids' birthday parties, because I do a lot of those, are tricks that are visual, tricks that get the kids' attention and have a good story to them, tricks that are amazing enough for the adults to like, and tricks that are easy to carry. Sometimes my tricks don't meet all that criteria, but this trick does. This is a great routine. It has a nice length to it, lots of byplay, built-in humor, points for the kids to get excited about, And the trick is amazing enough for adults to appreciate it as well, because they see you take that snake card and get rid of it and it keeps popping back up. And it's super easy to carry around. It's a little packet of cards, that's it. So I really like this. It's called Cakes and Adders. You can watch the demo by clicking the link down below, or you can go over to magicgeek.com, watch it there, and buy one of these, because if you do birthday magic, I think this is something you should have. Tyler, for WoW, how do I just say I got a normal card holder here the best way without letting them be suspicious about it? Smiley face. I usually don't give any justification for WoW, because by the time they start going, wait a second, then that super visual change happens. And even if there is some gimmick involved, it's so visual and amazing and like, what? That I find that it doesn't really need that much justification. I always carry a ungimmicked WoW when I'm performing WoW in my pocket, so that at the end of the routine I can put it away, and if they go, hey, wait a second, let me see that, I can do a switch, or I could do some simple turnover switch or what have you, if I really want to pound it into them that it's a regular card holder. Another thing that you can do is put a card that has a signature on it, or a card that has a different back on it or something inside the card holder, and justify it by saying that it protects the card from UV rays or whatever, because it does have that film on the outside of it. And that's kind of a cool justification for it, to bring it out with the card in it and be like, this is a cool card, tell them why it's a cool card, and I keep it in here to keep it safe, but we'll do something with it real quick. Take the card out, put it somewhere safe, and then you've got your WoW gimmick ready to go for your routine. Elliot from Facebook, scenario. All you have is a deck of cards and some friends approach you and ask to see some magic. What's the best way to set up or arrange a deck of cards while you already have people watching you? Happy birthday, Kirby Dance Party! I suggest learning how to cull cards, and what I also do is I'll do an impromptu trick for some friends. Then after they're kind of calming down from that, we talk a little bit, and I'm just kind of looking through the cards as we're talking, and you can set up a deck of cards that way as well. And then go, oh, you want to see one more trick? Check this out. Do a false shuffle, because I just saw you kind of messing with it. So do a false shuffle, and then go into whatever routine it is that you were planning on doing. Leonardo, hey Chris, what tricks do you usually carry in your wallet? Oh, do you like Italian coffee? Oh, I love me some Italian roast. But let's get back to the wallet thing. First off, my wallet is a trick. It's a Masika card to wallet, and I use it as a regular wallet, so I've got that going. But let's take a look at what's inside. This is gonna be exciting. Let's see what I've got in here. I've got Inner Circle, boom, T2P right here, picture of my kids. Little do they know, it's already a trick ready to go. Pretty amazing trick too, torn to pieces. It's a good trick. Definitely check that out, because it's amazing. I also have in here, this is pretty cool, I've got a picture of Bailey, and in her handwriting I have two card reveals, Ace of Hearts and King of Diamonds. So what I do with this is I have them sticking into the deck of cards, and then I take the card above and below where they stuck this in, and lo and behold, it's the Ace of Hearts and King of Diamonds. So that's a cool thing as well. That's what I got in my wallet. What's in your wallet? Eric, what tricks are good to use if my classic force fails? Name 3 and where I can learn them. Thanks. Ambitious card. That's number 1, always go to, Ambitious card. You can learn that in Royal Road to Card Magic. Forced Outcome, I'll just go straight into Forced Outcome, because that's another great trick, doesn't take any setup. And Triumph by Di Vernon, you can learn that on the Michael Amar Easy to Master Card Miracles. This week I'm giving away the new trick Hot Flush by Wayne Dobson. This is a very cool little packet effect where you change a pretty bad poker hand into a royal flush. It's quick and it's super easy. And here's how you're gonna win it. You're gonna go to magicgeek.com, you're going to place an order and use the coupon code FLUSH. Using the coupon code FLUSH will get you 5% off your order, as well as put your name in the drawing. For this, I will draw a name next Friday, so get your orders in right now to get your name in the running for Hot Flush. Here it is. Wow. Hey, thank you very much for watching the weekly recap. We do this every week. If you like magic, be sure to subscribe down below. Also, we've got some videos playing on the side there. You want to click on those, check those out. But first, I need comments for next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about packet effects. Packet effects are tricks that use cards, but not the whole deck, just a small portion of a deck of cards. So please leave your questions in the comment section down below on packet effects or anything else having to do with magic or myself or Magic Geek or, you know, life if you need that. And I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.